Hello everyone, this is Palladian Star Healer and welcome to your Pick a Crystal, your Cosmic Message. So before I begin, I just want to give a reminder that I will have the timestamps in the description box. So if you do pick a crystal, for example, like quartz is the last pile here, if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can go to the description box and press quartz, the timestamp that will be next to it, and it will take you to the pile that you want. Okay, so I've made this spread as cosmic spread. The questions are: what are the cosmos trying to tell you? What starseed karma you need to work on? What you can do to release low vibrations or the vibrations that are keeping you from maintaining or ascending to a higher octave, and then your galactic message from your star self. So we have the hematite, blue calcite, goldstone, and then we have clear quartz. So I want you to take a moment and choose the crystal that costs you the most. Try to stay away from favorites and just really pick the crystal that really costs your attention. Keep in mind that you can also pick more than one. So I just want you to take that moment, ask a question, what is my cosmic message? So we're going to begin with the hematite. I'm sorry, too rough. So we have the first question is, what are the cosmos trying to tell you? And we have worlds within worlds. So this has to do with finding your guidance or the answers that you seek from within you. That you are part of the cosmos, and that everything that you seek and everything that you want to understand or find, it all lies within you. That you don't necessarily need to rely heavily on external guidance. That for the things that concern you, you can be your own beacon of light. You can be your own truth seeker. So this is telling you, the cosmos are trying to tell you that if you're asking a question or you have a certain doubt or there's something on your mind that you intuitively you feel to be correct or false, that you are right, that you need to follow that inner truth and not to have any more doubt in what your intuition is trying to tell you. So then the second question is, what starseed karma you need to work on? And we have shine. So you may find yourself placed in situations where it will sort of pressure you into really stepping into your power and really stepping into wanting to shine more and growth. Because if you look at the card, it's a woman and she looks shaped like a tree. She has like the spirals and she's shining a bright light. So this is definitely telling you your karma is to really learn how to surpass that fear, to surpass mostly like the fear of, perhaps your fear of, if you do speak up or you do step into your power, perhaps things are going to change. You probably feel that perhaps you're going to lose your partner, your significant other, or you're afraid of success, of what things might come, with the great change, because there's always the uncertainty that we don't know what to expect that can install great fear. You probably be afraid of rejection or being humiliated if you really do shine. And perhaps you feel like what you do have to offer is completely different to what the world is used to. And so that fear keeps you, in the dark. So your karma in this message is for you to really start undoing that fear. And if you are afraid, to do it anyway and to really shine your light. Now the next one is, what can you do to release low vibrations, or to release the vibrations that are trying to keep you at a low octave? And we have the celestial teacher. So I feel like this definitely has to do with undoing of old beliefs. And if you see, We have like the phoenix, and we have like a, of the crown chakra. So definitely it matches the first card where we're talking about your inner wisdom, because then you have teacher. Your own, you are your own teacher, and you have a lot to offer to this world. And you see we have shine. So perhaps for some of you, you contain a lot of information, experience that the world could benefit from. So this is definitely a time for you to step into your power and really start teaching others through your experience, and really shining a light on what you actually know and what you've always known through many lifetimes. And for some of you, this could be about old beliefs, because in order to shine, you need to go against what you initially believe about yourself. So perhaps you feel like you're not good enough. Perhaps you feel you're undeserving or unworthy. So definitely this, I feel like, is, stripping away those old self-imposed ideology that you have about yourself, and, allow yourself to shine. Because by breaking down those old beliefs, you're going to be helping your karma, which is to be able to shine. Okay, so definitely I feel like this has to do about what people think of you, that could be holding you, in a restrictive position, or put you in a position where you refuse to shine. Or it could just be from your own imposed old ways of thinking. Okay, so then the last one, we have the galactic message from your star self, and we have surrender. So they definitely want you to just surrender to the flow of life, to surrender the doubt that you have, and to allow, as the first card, your inner guidance and the celestial teacher that lies within you to come through and to shine and be what you can be, and to shine to your fullest potential. So that is your galactic message. They just want you to let go and just be able to flow with the cycles of life, and to be flexible, to undo, old beliefs, because we always have to try to evolve from what we are. And that requires the flexibility of being able to just undo what we believe to be true initially, and be able to be open to the new stuff that wants to come through. So in order to have that, you need to surrender to a certain extent, to allow this information to come through. So you see, like, there's the cosmic light, and it's coming through into our crown chakra. So you have to surrender your control. You have to surrender your fear and uncertainty, the fear of the feelings of unworthiness. You need to surrender that, so that information can come through, and you can finally, fully step into your power. Okay, so that is the message, your cosmic message for the hematite crystal. So now we're going to move on to the blue calcite. So we have self-worth. So this goes to the question of, what are the cosmos trying to tell you? So definitely there may be issues with dealing with your self-worth. This could be stemming from your childhood, perhaps with the relationship you have with your parents, or just certain challenges that you have faced in your younger years that have really brutalized your connection with your own self-worth. So they're trying to tell you that you need to work on this. So you maybe find yourself in situations where you will have to choose yourself or someone else, and really step into your own self-love. And sometimes it requires really hard decisions. So you may find yourself in between, a hard and a rock place, as they say, where you need to really choose between yourself and someone else, and really uphold the love that you have for yourself. So this is something that you definitely have to work on at this moment. So the next one is, what starseed karma you need to work on? And we have celebration. So perhaps, I feel like this definitely has to do with when something good happens. Like, either you're waiting for something bad to happen, or you become suspicious about something good that's happening. And I feel like that is definitely tied into self-worth, self-worthiness, because when we don't feel that we deserve, or we're like undeserving, or we have this lack of worthiness, you know, it can be difficult for us to actually accept the good things that happen in our life. You know, so definitely your karma here is to learn to enjoy life, and that when something good happens, like to basically go with the tides of life. So like if something bad happens, we go, okay, you know, this unfavorable thing happened. Whatever you need to learn it. But then when something good happens, don't question it. Don't be like, oh, what's it coming with? Enjoy it. You have to learn to enjoy the life, you know, and to learn to enjoy the things that happen, and to be more present in the moment, and to learn how to celebrate life, and stop trying to negatively, you know, sabotage your ability, you know, your ability to feel happy or to be happy. You know, allow yourself to be happy, because we can always say we want to be happy, but few of us know how to let us be happy, you know, because when something good happens, we are more inclined to be prone to self-sabotage, you know, where it's like, oh, you know, we start doing things on the contrary. So then when something negative happens, then we're the ones that are like, oh, you see, I knew it, that it wouldn't last. But we also have to realize, like, are we, you know, take a self accountability and say, are we like sabotaging the good things that come to us? That not everything that happens is always done by others. Sometimes we also tend to self-sabotage. So basically, you know, definitely this karma is about allowing yourself to celebrate life and to appreciate the good things that come. Now, the third question is, what can you do to release low vibrations, or vibrations that keep you from being in a higher octave? And we have be still. So you may be feeling a little discombobulated or not grounded. So definitely they recommend you to practice more on being more grounded, being in more stillness, and really that if you need the opportunity, the time to like have a timeout or take a break in something that you're doing, then you need to do that. Because in order for us to really fulfill the projects that we want to do, or to view life and proceed with life in a good way, in a more constructive way, we need to sometimes step back and take that break to be in stillness so we can rejuvenate and then to proceed. So right now, you definitely need to be more in stillness, get your thoughts together, and just relax. Even if you can't go on vacation, because not everyone has the means to, but there are certain things that you can do at home that will help you do better, you know, to be more grounded and you know, to be more in stillness. So perhaps taking salt baths and things like that, having candles, and really trying to have some downtime. And I apologize for that. That was my infant son. He's banging on the door. So now the last question here is, what galactic message is from your star self? And we have the shadow self. So definitely there's some things that are happening that are bringing up things from your shadow self, and this could definitely be from your self-worth, the lack of feeling of self-worth, and it also could be from the lack of being able to enjoy life or to celebrate life, and just to be in the moment and to appreciate things that are happening, even if it's subtle, whether it's huge, you know, just to be able to appreciate it for what it is at that moment and not really put too much mind into what's gonna happen. So definitely this also for people who need to do shadow work, because when you try to spiritually bypass that, the universe will compress you. It will put a lot of pressure onto you, and it will highlight the things that you need to work on by you actually being in the position of where you need to work on it. So definitely being in stillness will help you really pinpoint on what needs to be worked on at this moment, and how you can actually go about healing that certain shadow aspect that's coming to the surface right now. So for those who chose the blue calcite, this is your galactic message, or your cosmic message. So now we're going to go to the other, and we have the Goldstone crystal here. So the questions are, what are the cosmos trying to tell you? And then we have sacred journey. So the things that you're going through right now, if they're really very difficult or you're going through some type of awakening, know that this is your own sacred journey. This is a lot of shedding of, old skin and old beliefs and things that we thought were true or not true. They're all starting to just shed away. And so this is part of your journey. So if you're really struggling right now, know that this is the journey that's unique to you, and that everything has a purpose, and it's for a reason. It's because it's trying to get you to a certain part in your journey so you can really blossom into the person that you're really meant to be. So for the second question, we have what starseed karma you need to work on, and we have walking your truth. So I feel like definitely this also has to do with walking through your sacred journey, and this entitles you to be able to walk in your truth, to be your authentic self. So you may find yourself in relationships that try to suppress that. It could be even whether in jobs, family, spouses, partners, so you may find yourself in a situation where people want to keep you in a certain way, but it is time for you to walk this journey. It's time for you to to embark on this sacred journey that belongs solely to you, and to allow everything that's supposed to fall away, let it fall, and whatever's supposed to come in is going to come in. Try not to worry about that. Try not to worry about who you're going to lose, who you're going to gain. Solely, think about you and your journey and walking your truth and walking to who you really are, who you really want to be. And if you don't know who you are, you're not sure who your authentic self is, this is why we have the sacred journey. This is a path that you really need to consider on taking. So the third question is, what can you do to release low vibrations? And we have strength. So in order to walk this sacred journey, it is going to require a lot of strength. You may feel weak, you may feel like you're not capable, but that is 100% false, okay? You need to just access that inner tiger within you, and access that strength, that courage, and that, because this reminds me of the strength card. So we also talk about like self-mastery, the self-mastery over your emotions, and to be more aware what you're going through, what you feel, where you want to go. So this is going to take that kind of inner strength to walk through your sacred journey and to be able to walk in your truth against all adversary. Because when you do step into your power of being authentic, there will be opposing forces, and it may even be from people you love, people you care about, family, even in jobs, your coworkers, your boss. But you have to walk with what's true to you, because you're already embarking on this journey. And if you aren't, soon enough, because the universe will pressure you and will put things for you to be more in alignment to who you really are. So now then we have the last one, we have the galactic message from your star self, and we have the cosmic connection. So you are definitely connected, and you need to walk into that, and I feel like this also has to do with the fear of the unknown, or the fear of expanding your gifts, because I know that when it comes to certain different areas of gifts, it could be a little scary, perhaps for some, if you want to, like if you're a natural medium, but you're afraid of spirits and things like that. So definitely this could be the fear of expanding that kind of spiritual journey, in your spiritual gifts. So definitely it's just going to take for you to, have some courage, and really doing proper research, and perhaps even having a good mentor, someone who can really help you along the way. But understand that even with a mentor, this is your own sacred journey, and no one can walk that journey for you. But do understand that you are connected to the cosmos, and you do have what it takes to ascend to where your divine soul wants to be. You just have to have the courage to take the first step. So that is the message for those who picked the Goldstone. So now we're going to go to the last pile, which is the clear quartz. And I apologize for the noise in the back. I really can't control it. So the first question is, what are the cosmos trying to tell you? And we have balance. So definitely there needs to be some type of balance. You may be feeling a little off balance, or things like a little unstable or derailed from feeling a little bit more aligned, or not feeling like you have enough peace, because you have the Om sign here, an Om symbol. So definitely the cosmos are trying to tell you that it's time to get grounded and to really find your center, to be more in balance. This could be the balancing of the feminine and masculine qualities of yourself, or just finding that balance within you where things don't feel like things are going a little out of control. So you may need to clear the chakra, because you have this person in the yoga pose. Okay, so definitely there needs to be some, I would start with the soul star chakra, because if you see there's a light there, even though usually it's like 6 inches above the head, but I think you get the drift. So we're going to start with the soul star chakra and then work our way down. This will help you clear out any imbalances or any type of instability that you're experiencing right now. You can also use a selenite wand or a selenite piece to help you with that, because that usually dissipates any type of negative or negative energy or attachments, or a type of not corruption, but any disruption that you may have around you energetically. So you're definitely, they want you to come back into balance, or to really work a little bit harder on balancing everything in your life, not just your spiritual self, but also in the physical matters, because we are living in both. Okay. So then the second question is, what starseed karma you need to work on? And we have timeout. So definitely there needs to be some timeout, big timeout. And I feel like by doing this, by getting centered, perhaps even taking yoga practices or doing light meditation at home, and having that timeout, because I feel like this also has to do always being in a state of doing, which I have that problem. We feel like we always have to be doing. Because then we feel like we're missing out on things, or we see other people accomplishing stuff, and we start to say oh, but why is that happening for them and not me? So definitely, there needs to be some type of timeout, and really getting more centered and more in connection with Mother Earth. Perhaps, trying to go out into nature, and really growing from within, and this is going to take some type of balance, because you need to come into your center so you can absorb everything. So then the third one is, what can you do to release low vibrations and move forward? So sometimes we can feel stagnant, and it can be very self-imposed, because we fear to move forward. As I was saying before, we could fear change, we could fear success, because we don't know what to expect. We can fear that if we do move forward, that what if we can't make it, and things like that. So definitely I feel like this fear can also be connected to an imbalance of the chakra. Perhaps if there's a little bit of confusion coming from the crown. The soul star chakra can help with that. It can clear out that kind of confusion, and those kind of chaotic thoughts, So what you can do to release low vibration, that stagnation, is to actually take the first foot forward, so you can, everything can really start to work, and everything can start coming to place, because then you have the tree of life. Everything can start falling into place, and you can be more in alignment. But in order to do that, you need to take the first step forward, because standing back in the shadows, as you see the person in the shadows, nothing really is going to happen, or if it does, it's going to take longer than what it should. So if you're feeling stagnant, you're tired of feeling stagnant, it is time to take the best foot forward. Or I feel like you may need to take the time out and to really think about what you need to do, what kind of fears you have, so you can be able to move forward. Because sometimes we don't know what is stopping us from moving forward. We could be sort of like unaware. So we need to like go down to the subconscious, go to the root of the problem, so we can find it within us, so we can actually move forward. Okay. And then the last one is, what is the galactic message from your star self? And we have gratitude. I feel like with gratitude, it helps with you staying present and being in a more grateful attitude will also help bring about your ability to manifest. Okay, so I feel like you definitely need to take a time out and really think about the stuff that you're grateful for. And gratitude will also help with you being able to move forward, because you want to, there's certain things that you want in your life, and there's certain things that you expect from yourself or you expect out of life. But in order to get those things, it does require for you to be a little bit more, it requires for you to be more grateful. So take the time out to do like a daily gratitude list. Look in the mirror and tell yourself 3 or 10 things that you're grateful for. You can write it down or you can record it if you like audio. This will help you really also figure out, because gratitude brings about positive emotions. It brings about like that happiness, and it may help in figuring out the things that are actually holding you back. And it will also perhaps even also inspire you to do more, to do better. Okay, so this will be your galactic message for the clear quartz. So that is the end of this Pick a Crystal cosmic message video. I will leave the timestamps again, as I said in the beginning. Just a reminder that the timestamps will be in the description box, so you can go back and forth through the video. I will also leave my other social media platforms in the description box. And as always, thank you again for watching. And please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell button so you can receive notifications of my other videos and my what the fuck forecasts that I do on a weekly basis.